Some Wisconsinites are scrambling to get home. We talked to one woman stuck in Peru amid new travel restrictions. And the president declares a disaster declaration while the Senate continues to discuss its coronavirus response package. Plus, see how a local music teacher is still finding ways to spread her love of music during the pandemic.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. The death toll from coronavirus in the U.S. hit 300 tonight as cases continue to rise around Wisconsin. That's not coming as a surprise to state health officials. To slow the spread of the virus, Governor Tony Evers continues to urge Wisconsinites to stay home in a video released on his social media accounts today.
Whatever we can do to stay at home will help those healthcare workers do the jobs that they need to do to help us get through this.
There are now 295 people who have tested positive for COVID-19 in Wisconsin. 49 of those cases are in Dane County. Jefferson County confirmed its second positive case today, while Milwaukee County now at 139 confirmed cases, including the state's fourth death, which was confirmed this morning. There's more than 23,000 cases nationwide. Thousands of Americans are now trying to make their way back into the country, although they're having a difficult time doing it. Rock County reporter Adam Dexter spoke to a Janesville woman currently stuck in Peru and joins us now with her story. Adam.
Well, Amanda, for Maddie Schrader, it's a bit of a race against the clock that's growing more concerning with each passing day. This is how Maddie Schrader's 6-month internship in Cusco, Peru started, teaching English at a rural school. But in a matter of days, everything's changed.
Schools are closed, universities are closed. It was just a switch, just like that.
On Sunday, the entire country of Peru started its quarantine.
There's a curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. And if you're caught outside during that time, you could be arrested.
And now the 23-year-old Janesville native and UW grad is trying desperately to get out. One of 2,000 Americans searching for a plane ticket impossible to find.
You try booking flights, but there's no flights available. The airlines are, even if you try to call them, you can't talk to anyone.
With the U.S. Embassy in Peru vacated, Schrader has tried to write her local leaders, like Representative Brian Stile, to ask for help. As days pass, uncertainty has grown worse.
So there's a lot of reports of police going into people's hostels and going through their things and arresting them for anything that they can.
And with a threat of Peru shutting down its borders indefinitely as early as tomorrow, she's hopeful for a miracle.
It would mean everything to get home right now, to be with my family so they can stop worrying about me.
I made contact with Representative Stile office earlier today, and he told me he's working with the United States State Department to get Maddie back to the United States safely. And he says while it's a bit of a fluid situation, he's going to continue working with United States officials to get her back to her family.
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. Earlier today, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson sent a letter to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo asking for help bringing stranded Wisconsinites home. Senator Johnson says his office has been helping travelers stuck in 12 countries, including Peru, Honduras, and Guatemala. Now he's asking for Pompeo to help bring travelers home before border restrictions in those countries become more difficult to navigate. Governor Evers says the last 4 Wisconsinites who were on the quarantined Grand Princess cruise ship are now home. The Wisconsin National Guard returned them to their homes last night, where they will self-quarantine for 14 days. The ship docked in Oakland last week after 21 people tested positive for coronavirus. 38 Wisconsin citizens were on that ship. All are asymptomatic, and those that have been tested have not tested positive for COVID-19. New tonight, Vice President Mike Pence and his wife tested negative for the coronavirus after one of his staffers tested positive yesterday. Meanwhile, New Jersey becomes the 5th state to issue a stay-at-home order as the president urges Americans to keep listening to their government officials.
So we say stay at home and save lives. This is a time of shared national sacrifice, but it's also a time to treasure our loved ones and to take stock of what is most important, our faith, our families, our neighbors, and our great country.
Trump approved a disaster declaration for New York State today. The designation opens the way for billions of dollars in emergency federal aid to be sent to one of the states hardest hit by the virus. The president says other parts of the country, such as California, may also receive disaster aid. The Senate's Phase 3 emergency stimulus may cost more than $2 trillion. Bipartisan groups of senators continue discussing the package today. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had a deadline set for midnight last night, but Senate leaders are still optimistic they're moving in the right direction. McConnell says he plans on holding a procedural vote tomorrow. Italy is ordering all non-essential production to shut down after suffering its most deadly day yet. The death toll rose by 793 over the past day in Italy. The country is now nearing 4,900 deaths. That's according to the Italian Civil Protection Agency. Italy's prime minister says supermarkets, banks, post offices, and pharmacies will remain open. He's calling this time, quote, Italy's greatest challenge since the Second World War. Meanwhile, China says all of its new cases are imported for the fourth day straight. The Chinese health authority is reporting that today's 41 new cases all came from outside mainland China. 561 patients were discharged from hospitals in Wuhan yesterday, the origin of the coronavirus outbreak. Let's check your first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Lots of sunshine today, but still kind of cold.
Yeah, it was a little chilly outside. Temperatures were a bit below average. We started the day off in the teens and only reached the mid-30s for afternoon highs. Tomorrow, clouds will build in, but at least we're going to be a little closer to our normal temperatures for our overnight lows and our highs. Looking at our Doppler track right now, you can see some light snow building in. We aren't expecting any accumulation tonight for Madison, but areas north of the Dells, north of La Crosse, might see a few tenths of an inch of accumulation. Overnight will be mostly cloudy, not as cold, only dropping to the mid-20s for our overnight lows. And for tomorrow, we'll be pretty close to average for those afternoon highs. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for Sunday in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. Gunderson Health System in La Crosse says it has developed a test that detects COVID-19. Officials say they designed the test in under 2 weeks. Now, tests can be processed in-house, reducing wait times for test results. Gunderson says patients would get results within 24 hours. Local health officials say the new test will help them monitor the spread in the community.
One thing that testing locally allows us to do is to figure out how serious the problem is in this general area.
The test will initially only be used for the most ill and vulnerable people. The FDA has approved the use of the first rapid diagnostic test. The new test can detect coronavirus in about 45 minutes. The test will begin shipping next week. This fall's World Dairy Expo is going to continue as planned. The annual event at the Alliant Energy Center says it's actively monitoring the coronavirus pandemic, but has no plans to cancel this year's show. The 2020 Expo is scheduled to run from September 29th until October 3rd. UW-Madison is trying to speed up the process to empty residence halls. The housing department is creating online sign-up sheets to spread out the move-out schedule over the next few weeks. The UW is trying to help students and families maintain social distancing and reduce parking concerns and traffic. UW-Madison canceled all face-to-face instruction for the rest of the semester earlier this week. Sauk County is limiting access to some of its buildings starting on Monday. The Sauk County Courthouse, West Square Building, and Reedsburg Human Services Building will have limited access to the public. You can still enter the building for essential services after completing a fever screening process at the main entry door. Over 1,000 employees of the Sub-Zero Group in Fitchburg will be laid off for at least the next 3 weeks. In a message to the Department of Workforce and Development yesterday, Sub-Zero Group says the layoffs are due to the spread of COVID-19 and the virus's economic impact on their company. Local 565 Representative Shane Fletcher worked as a fabricator for the appliance manufacturer. He says employees were given less than 3 days' notice of this decision.
There's no time to prepare really for something like this, so it's kind of devastating for a lot of people. So it's been really hard. We've seen the hardships of people in tears getting walked out yesterday. They're afraid for their futures, what's going to happen.
According to the DWD message, Sub-Zero plans to recall most, but not all, of its employees on April 13th. Fletcher says that for the 112 people who have lost their jobs entirely, the local 565 labor union will work to relocate them to other area shops. The Sub-Zero Group will continue to pay employees health premiums for those laid off during this period. A local business is helping people learn a new hobby while they're isolated at home.
7. And stop. Now we're getting tricky.
The Piano Gal shop in Sun Prairie is one of many businesses who have had to make adjustments due to the coronavirus. The shop has closed and moved music lessons and jam sessions online. They've also added a beginner ukulele lesson online so people can learn to play the instrument at home.
Ukulele is such a fun, easy instrument to learn, and it's very accessible to people. So we do, even though I'm a pianist, we do ukulele jams in person throughout the year, and then we have lessons.
Hanson is also shipping ukuleles and coordinating local pickups for those who need one. You can find her lessons on the Piano Gal Shop Facebook page. Assisted living facilities across the country are limiting the number of visitors inside for the safety of their residents. But that isn't going to stop a pair of siblings in Weston. This morning, Sarah Helmer and Mark Milgic were finding a way to be creative with their visits.
To her window with a sign that just says good morning or I love you or hi mom was a surprise for her to begin with.
This doesn't just mean a lot to their mom, Carol. Staff at the facility say it's great to see anything positive right now. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, Dana has your first one forecast. Plus, with most of their vendors closed, see how an Oregon farm is still trying to stay financially afloat.
A better grip right when you need it. The 2020 Nissan Altima. Get a low $199 per month lease on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum? Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
Toyota's family stretches to every corner of this country. So you can trust us to be here for you as we remain committed to supporting our community. Because the Toyota family is stronger together. This is our pledge. We are here for you now and in all the better days ahead. Toyota.
It's starting.
Selection, price, and speed. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. 2 complete pairs start under $40. 2 pairs with Progressive start under $80.
That was epic.
Right glasses.
Right price.
Right now.
At News 3 Now and Channel 3000, we're committed to providing you with information that is accurate and up to date.
We'll bring you breaking news alerts and everything you need to know to keep you and your family safe.
News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
Where's Daddy?
Save on the 2020 Nissan Rogue with rear automatic braking. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models.
We're hearing a lot about the coronavirus right now, but not everything you read is true. Sunday morning, find out how Facebook is now cracking down on misinformation. And we're tracking warmer temperatures and storm chances for your work week. See you at 6:30.
Most churches throughout the state are now having to find other ways to deliver Mass after the governor's order limiting Mass gatherings to 10 people this week. Some churches are making their Masses virtual, delivering them over YouTube, Facebook Live, or the church's website. However churches choose to do it, Reverend Larry Bakke says it's important right now just to pray.
In a very particular time of this pandemic throughout our country and our world, it's the most powerful thing that we can do is to pray hard.
If you won't be able to go to a service on Sunday, you can watch the Diocese of Madison's televised Mass tomorrow morning. Bishop Donald Hying is officiating this week and next. It airs right here on News 3 Now at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. on TVW. Set your DVR if that's a little too early for you. Farmers that normally sell their products to restaurants or at farmers markets are having to reinvent the way they do things. Highland Spring Farm in Oregon started a bi-weekly farm stand where customers can pick up their products without even having to get out of the car. Owner Kevin Opperman says with more people cooking at home, they're looking at ways to serve customers directly.
Everyone's stuck at home, so everyone's making their own food and not really going out to eat nearly as much. So we feel for our restaurant partners, but at the same time, there's an opportunity here that we can all work together to really make this survivable.
The Highland Spring Farm stand is open Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings. You can also purchase their products online. Dane County's late winter market at Garver Feed Mill is closed indefinitely due to COVID-19, but they're coming up with other ways for customers to get their fresh products. Starting next week, Dane County's Farmers Market is piloting a local food pickup on Tuesdays and Thursdays. People can visit the Dane County Farmers Market website for a list of the farmers participating and their products. Customers can pre-order and pay online. Then on Tuesday and Thursday, there will be a drive-up and a pedestrian pickup lane. If you're not a fan of indoor workouts, you'll be happy to know Wisconsin State Parks and Trails are staying open during the pandemic. According to the DNR, parks, law enforcement, and property staff will be conducting routine sweeps to make sure groups larger than 10 are not together. All offices and visitor centers are closed in the parks, but the bathrooms will stay open. Let's get a look at your first warned weather with Dana Fulton. That's some good news if people want to just get out there, get some fresh air.
Yeah, like we've been talking about, there are ways to still get outside and keep your social distancing practices. You can get outside, get the fresh air. That sunshine is certainly good for us. It's a lot easier to stay in a good mood and stay positive when you're outside enjoying Mother Nature. Now, we're going to have cloudy skies tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be a little better. We're going to hop up about 10 degrees for Sunday afternoon. Some light snow will be possible, mainly south of Madison Sunday night into early Monday morning. We won't see much accumulation, but a little fresh covering early Monday morning, certainly possible. And then temperatures for all of next week will be in the 50s. We'll be a little bit above average. We'll get a few days with some sun, but overall the trend is going to be a few more shower chances developing. Overnight, we're becoming mostly cloudy. Right now, we do have some light snow towards La Crosse and north of the Dells. That's not expected to impact us in southern Wisconsin for tonight, but heading into Sunday evening, we will start to see some light snow along the southwest corner of the state first, and then that snow is going to lift north overnight. Just after midnight, this is about 1-2 in the morning, it's really clearing out of here. So by early Monday morning between 6-7 o'clock, we're still mostly cloudy, but we won't have any more snow coming down. Later in the day, that cloud coverage will start to clear off later on Monday evening. So we should have a really nice sunset if we get a little bit of clearing, but some clouds still in the sky. Again, accumulation totals very minor, maybe 1/10 of an inch around much of Dane County. Areas south could see just a little bit more into early Monday morning, but all of that is going to melt away later on in the day as we get a little bit of sunshine in, and temperatures will be climbing close to 50 for Monday afternoon. Precipitation as we head towards the end of March already. Our 6 to 10 day outlook puts us March 27th to about the 31st, and it seems pretty likely that we might trend just a little bit above average. Like we might jump a little more with some rain chances towards the end of that 6 to 10 day period. That lines up with what we're looking at in our 10-day forecast too. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the mid-40s, mostly cloudy sky, but pretty seasonable for the afternoon. A little bit of a breeze, about 8 to 15 miles per hour. Not enough that will impact the temperatures too much. Not too concerned about that wind chill. So Monday, we see our temps in the 50s. We'll get a little bit of sunshine later in the day, but areas south of Madison will be waking up with some light snow on the ground in the morning. Shower chances on Tuesday with temps in the low 50s. We creep up into the mid-50s on Wednesday with cloudy skies, but a chance for some light showers developing later on in the day. We are expecting partly sunny skies on Thursday and Friday with more rain chances for the end of the week and heading into Saturday, but temperatures will keep trending up even as we head into next weekend. And the following week, it seems likely that we will start to get a little closer to 60.
Yeah, I saw that 60 there, and I think people are excited for that. You want something to look forward to.
Exactly.
There it is. Thank you so much, Dana. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, one local woman isn't letting a canceled marathon stop her from accomplishing her goal. Her story is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Deer Season Madness is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere and your super-size Sloan deal. Get 0% for 84 months or $159 per month on a John Deere 1025R. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and... Powered up with Sloan.
While you're out there living life to its fullest, living every day like it's your last, seizing the days or carpeing the DMs, just remember, you only need one Jeep Renegade. Because when you're a part of the longest lasting 4x4 SUV brand, you're ready to celebrate every moment.
Get 0% financing for 84 months on the 2020 Renegade, or well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $179 a month.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
The new iPhone 11 runs on Straight Talk without a contract and a plan that's up to half the cost of big carriers. With the new ultra-wide camera, your shareable moments are ultra-shareable. Because you're on a network that's more than just big talk. The new iPhone 11. Now get the unlimited plan for just $45 a month on America's best 4G LTE networks. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Looking for great sleep at a great price? Denver Mattress has you covered. During the Super 7-Day Sell-Off, save $100 on the entire Denver Mattress brand luxury lineup, any size, any model. Or receive a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And check out the Factory Direct Summit Queen, only $189.99. And 5 years no interest financing, plus shop in-store or from home, and we'll deliver it free to your doorstep. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
The road to Deer Season Madness is at Sloan's. Get a John Deere and your No Doubt About It Sloan deal. Get 0% for 60 months or $219 per month on a John Deere XUV 835M. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and Powered Up with Sloan.
All right, so yesterday we got a call from a gentleman who told us his wife was going to run around Lake Monona 5 times. Yeah, I know. Why? Well, of course, had to go and investigate. After the week we've all had, safe to say we're a little antsy. That was definitely the case for Kristen Peterson.
I put all the training in, and I really, have been somewhat stressed out from the week, as we all probably have. So I just wanted to do something just to distract from that.
That training was for an ultra marathon in Tennessee, but when it got canceled,
She goes, I'm just going to do it. She said, I'll run it for myself.
The ultra marathon was a 100K, so she decided 5 times around Lake Monona would suffice because
You won't regret it if you go, but you will regret it if you don't go.
Surrounded by her running posse and husband Skip for moral support.
I couldn't do it without them.
I love her. I mean, that's just, I mean, she's my everything, and that's just, you know, that's what you do for people. That's your person. So she's my person, and, you know, I'll do whatever it takes to help her reach her dreams.
She started at 7 in the morning and finished up the 55 miles late tonight.
She has the physical strength, but even more importantly, she has the mental toughness to do this.
My heart is full. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, she's worked so hard to do this.
So if you're sitting at home and feeling a little restless, especially with those kiddos, the Petersons have some advice.
Just get out and get some fresh air. It doesn't have to be 5 times around Lake Monona. Just a little bit is awesome.
Life goes on. Get outside, even if it's a walk.
Now, the Petersons also say getting outside is probably the best thing you can do for your mental health right now, but of course, with appropriate social distancing. Can't disagree with that. While USA Track and Field and USA Swimming are calling for a postponement of this summer's 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
And that's kind of where I'm at, where I just want to take a stance of saying things need to get postponed because nothing's fair, nothing's equal. We need everyone to take this time, you know, put this behind us before we can actually take the necessary steps to prepare for a big competition like our trials or the Olympic Games.
The Olympic flame was handed over to the Japanese Olympic Committee earlier this week. They say the games are still on, but that could change. A spokesperson for the U.S. athletes say the current situation around the world isn't in the best interest of the athletes. President Trump said he has been in contact with Japanese officials, but says it's their decision if they want to move forward as scheduled.
I mean, there are options, obviously, including delay and maybe delay for next year, but that's totally up to them. We'll see what they do.
And to the NFL, Jameis Winston is looking for a new home. The former #1 overall pick in the 2015 NFL Draft is saying goodbye to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs didn't re-sign Winston after officially adding Tom Brady to their roster yesterday. Winston won the Heisman Trophy in 2013 at Florida State. He started 70 games for Tampa Bay, led the league in passing yards last season with more than 5,100. And last but not least, this year's NCAA basketball tournament was called off due to the outbreak of COVID-19, but to fill that void, CBS is airing classic March Madness games. You can catch 3 more national championship games from the 80s and 90s. That'll be tomorrow afternoon and next Saturday right here on CBS. But back to Kristen Peterson. I mean, I met up with her around like 2 o'clock today. She had already gone around Lake Monona 3 times at that point, and she was like all spry and happy and ready to go. I was like, I would be dying. But it's just so impressive. The next time you think about that, when you go for a walk around Lake Monona, someone ran around it 5 times.
And I'm sure she just worked for it for so long. You know, a lot of people, things are getting canceled, but you work for something so hard. You just want to show that you can do it.
Exactly. You want to accomplish your goals.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
It's so good to see you. I missed the reunion, but these are for you.
Is she a relative?
She pretends to be so she can get our employee discount.
But during the Steinhoffel's employee family price sale, everyone gets the same discount that we get.
Yeah, I should probably tell her.
It's Steinhoffel's employee family price sale, where everyone pays what we pay. Get 40% on the largest selection of the best brands at the best prices. It's Steinhoffel's employee family price sale.
We cannot tell her.
Nope.
It happened so fast. I was thrown to the ground. His hands were around my neck, choking me. I escaped with my life, only to be left in the dark by the justice system. I felt pushed aside, like I didn't matter. My abuser had more rights than I did. We can change that. Marcy's Law will give victims a voice and guarantee we have equal rights. Stand up for crime victims. Vote yes on additional rights for crime victims.
If you don't have U.S. Cellular 5G, you could have
Insidephobia, the fear of losing your signal inside.
Hello?
Forecast cloudy and windy and cold. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with our 5G network now in Wisconsin and the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, free when you switch. Connect from outside to inside without interruption. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S20 5G on US Cellular 5G. Choose fair.
Before we build it to navigate concrete canyons, before we build it to escape them, before we build it to be the most awarded and luxurious in every way, we build it to last. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, the longest lasting 4x4 SUV brand on the road.
Get $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2020 Grand Cherokee models in dealer stock. Or well-qualified returning Grand Cherokee lessees can lease the 2020 Grand Cherokee for $289 a month.
At Stoughton Hospital, you're always more than just a patient. Let our award-winning staff show you the best possible care, starting with accepting all area insurances. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
A new website was designed to help with the toilet paper crisis. It's simply called HowMuchToiletPaper.com. Users enter how many rolls of toilet paper they have and how many times they visit the bathroom. The simple calculator will tell you how much toilet paper you need to survive the pandemic, and the site reports its average user has 500% more toilet paper than they need during the quarantine.
There you have it. Who didn't see that coming?
Y'all need to calm down with the toilet paper, just with the toilet
You have
paper.
enough.
Plenty. Okay. Get outside for the next few days. Temperatures are going to be in a really good spot. Today was a little chilly, even with the sunshine. We're going to be in the mid-40s tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. May see some light snow or an isolated flurry Sunday night into Monday morning. Monday will be in the 50s. We'll stay in the 50s for the entire work week with some rain chances developing as we head towards the end of the week. And then into next week, it seems likely that temperatures will start to trend closer to 60 degrees. So a nice little trend up as we start to wrap up March and move into April, getting some warmer air building back in.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.